Common attribute. Okay, it's like a primary key we use in the database table. Now, define that application. Add new application financial. Owner, let's say SP admin for now. Application type, delimited vector. Select this configuration. Provide the file path. This is the file path. Copy the exact file path here, finest-user.csv. OK. Minimize this. Provide the file path here. OK, delimiter is comma. This is delimited file, so comma. File has column header on the first line. Yes, we do have header here. You see headers. So select this option. Do the test connection, it will give you same error like it gives us in the HRMS onboarding. So we'll go back to Schema. Click on the Discover Schema attribute. It will read all the header here. You see, employed bid app to privilege. That is coming up from the here. Employed bid app to privilege. From this, we need to define a unique attribute again. So we'll choose employee as a unique attribute. OK. Employee, do you choose to provide here for a display purpose what we can use? Username we can use for display purpose, OK. We use this. Click on the preview. It's working. Setting do test condition is working, save this application. Now. There are many issues with this data, so whenever we have to onboard any application, we have to observe this data carefully. What are the issues, and what are the things that we need? In order to onboard this application to Sailpoint. First, I told you this is the one. We need a common attribute so employee can be used for the you're a common attribute. Second is when you have this attribute. Here, we have to define that correlation right. So how to define correlation? Go to Financial Application. Go to Correlation tab, here, click on New. Provide the name Financial Correlation. OK, go next here. This is again our same wizard. Which application attribute? Is map matching with the employee? So this employee ID, you see, is in the small. Application attribute is employee ID matching with what type of attribute in Sailpoint? Employee right, this is a 1. Right, click on Add. Save this. Make sure you wait here. So it will load this here like this, it should come here like employee. So whenever this, both employee match Sailpoint, will make a correlation, save this application. Correlation is done. Now the second issue with this data is the second use cases. If you see here, this user, Charles Harris. Right, this for this user data is divided into 5 rows. Same for other different user. OK, data is divided into multiple. Right. And why this is divided, because that is their standard, how they are maintaining their data. That's their call, right. We cannot tell them that this is not a right practice or you should do something like that, right? Every system has their own issues, so this is their data. We have to see how we can, onboard this application successfully without losing any data. So here we have this, for data correct. And now this group member is basically what group membership? That means Charles Harris has membership on DBA group. Charles Harris has membership on financial analysis. Right. This is a like the group is basically, you have access on that financial system. So in order to perform tell Sailpoint that this group attribute is not a normal attribute. It's access on the target system. We have to define one thing here, go to financial, go to conversation, go to schema. Scroll down. This is an attribute right edit and mark this as this. 3. Now, what is the purpose of this 3 attribute? A user can hold multiple group member values. Right, Charles Harris can hold multiple group member values, so we have to mark that field as multi-valued first. Second thing, this attribute define the access. Let me close auth employee. This attribute define the access right. That okay. This, Charles Harris, is a DB access, financial access, so how Sailpoint will know. So we have to mark that entitlement, save this. Save this. Now go back. So go to education. Create a new edition. Does account aggregation provide the name? Financial. Application name, function symbol, save and execute. Financial account aggregation. Financial account aggregation. You see. Accounts can 122. Identity created 30. Identity upgrade 92. That means 92 counts are deleted successfully. There are 3 orphan account created 30. Sorry, not 330. Okay. And identity entitlement created for 122. If I open any user, let's. Charles Harris. This is a Charles. It is refresh this user. Go to application account. Now you see. Financial is coming in the same. Same user right. So this is because of that coalition mapping we define, because this employee is matching with this employee here. So that's the reason Sailpoint was able to create a correlation, okay. Second thing is, you see, group member value. We defined as a multi-value right, but that is not coming up here. The last value is coming up here, Charles and strategy and planning. Okay. If you go to entitlement. I mentioned that if you mark this attribute as an entitlement. So you'll understand that this is an entitlement right. Entitlement. So if you go to a user's entitlement tab, now you see entitlement is coming. One entitlement is coming. Group member strategy and planning on the financial application. Account name is Charles Harris. Okay. Now we have covered all the scenario. One scenario is left. Overlapping. It's only showing this group, which is not correct. It should show all the groups correct for a single user. So. Sailpoint says that I cannot understand this. Data is coming into multiple. That means data is basically duplicate, so I cannot handle this. I will pick the last value. Whatever, the last one is coming, okay. Now we have to tell self-pondered, don't do that. Merge this data into one single user and use this value for A. You know, populating different value right. This is a group number and the user have multiple group member value.